when we should be looking within. Jesus said the kingdom of God is within us, right? Seek ye first the kingdom, and all these things will be added unto you. But sometimes we don't really look at things that way. And we get distracted. There is a disturbance in the force. There is a disturbance in the force. And usually when we heard that line in Star Wars, it was a reason to shudder, because somewhere, somehow, there was either a Death Star, or some type of cataclysm going on, some type of horrible scenario. So there was a disturbance in the force. What do you think a disturbance in the force is? Well, metaphorically, a disturbance in the force might be anxiety, fear, separation, the belief that we are at war with each other, or at war with ourselves. Star Wars, kind of indicates that. I think that it's wonderful because George Lucas kind of stole some things, metaphysically and metaphorically, from a guy by the name of Joseph Campbell. You remember Joseph Campbell?
Yes.
Joseph Campbell wrote The Power of Myth.
Yes.
If you saw that wonderful series on PBS, you can probably relate to it. But The Power of Myth seems to imply that in our history and civilization, we are all experiencing this journey together. This journey towards self-realization and understanding of our source. And it may seem like, we're not there, that we are zero, but according to Joseph Campbell, we're all heroes. And it's called the hero's journey. So we are journeying toward the awareness of who we are. How many of you all feel like a hero? I know I don't always feel like a hero, but sometimes I feel like a zero. Don't you want to know how to get from zero to hero? Be one with the force. Acknowledge your divine identity. Know the truth of who you are and walk in the awareness of your oneness with God, with Spirit. That's what we're here for in unity. That's what we come to do. I come here to worship and to pray with you and to unify my mind with yours, that we are one with that loving source of joy and peace and omnipotence. I say with you in the unity prayer, there is only one presence and there is only one power, and that wherever we go, God is and all is well. And if we can understand that and know that, then we can walk in that awareness and be empowered, even when there seems to be a dark side, even when there seems to be a disturbance in the force. You know why there seems to be a disturbance in the force? It's because we are moving our minds toward the wrong perspective. Ever think about that? In other words, we see in terms of opposites. The 16th century theologian and spiritual teacher by the name of Meister Eckhart had a classic line. His line was, God is at home. We are in a far country. God is always home. It is we who are in a far country. So if you are not experiencing the force this morning, the source of who you are, then realize that all you have to do is tune in. All you have to do is embrace the oneness and the holiness that you are as a spiritual, awesome, loving being, a hero, not a zero. And as you do that, you are practicing unity principle. Because unity principle says that we are one with the source. So, just like Meister Eckhart, we can say we are at home with our source, one with the force. And we do not have to worry about opposites, because we have a lightsaber. Do you know what the lightsaber is?
Yes.
It is in our mind. We've been given a wonderful, powerful, divine, creative instrument. In our mind, we can take that saber of light and we can extinguish all forms of darkness and despair if we know how to use it. And in unity, we call it the law of mind action. Where your mind goes, your energy flows. Thoughts held in mind, produced after their kind. We even have poetry to get you to realize, that your mind is a powerful thing. But if you take it away to a galaxy far away, where God is not, then you will not feel the force. You won't acknowledge the power and the presence that is always with you. The light of God surrounding you. The love of God enfolding you. The power of God protecting you. The presence of God watching over you. We know in unity that wherever we are, God is, and all is well. To me, that is a more powerful statement than may the force be with you. Because the force is always with you. Wherever you are, God is. So maybe we should say, or ask ourselves, are we with the force? Are you with the force this morning? Are you on the program? Are you one with the one universal oneness that is you? That is what I think one of the great metaphors of Star Wars is really all about. Now the question is, how do we get there and how do we stay on course? Well, it's sometimes not easy. It really isn't. Yoda, by the way, who do you think is your favorite character in the Star Wars series?
Yoda.
Which one? A Yoda?
Yeah.
How about C3PO, the robot, or the droid, R2-D2? How about Chewbacca, the furry guy?
Yeah.
How about Obi-Wan Kenobi? I kind of like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Han Solo, and of course, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
But in the metaphorical context of Star Wars, these are all indicators or examples of us and our unfolding awareness of the force. And we come to the conclusion that the force is with us wherever we are. And the force is there, but we seem like we're going against it, don't we? And we're going upstream instead of downstream. There's a song that has a very metaphorical ring to it that most people don't even realize, and you may know it. It's called Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. It sounds like a rather nonsensical, kind of corny kind of song. But I'll tell you, it has some very spiritual depth to it. For example, we can say, row, row, row your boat. What does that mean? It means what is your boat? Your mind. Row your boat. Your mental perspective, your consciousness. Row it. You have the ability to row and direct your thinking in your mind. Affirmatively or non-affirmatively. But it's so great to do it affirmatively and to affirm the truth. And to row your mind in the right direction. So we can row our boat. And we're asked to row it how? Gently. Gently. And so we don't have to grab a hold of our minds and try to force them. We can gently acknowledge that we are one with the force, and the force is one with us. Gently down the stream. In other words, we're not going upstream. We're going into momentum with the force. May the force be with you means exactly that. The force is with us. Just think about that. Isn't that a concept? That God is for you? That God is with you? There are many religious traditions and many ideologies and philosophies that kind of give the indication that God is somewhere else. Maybe in a galaxy far away. And that He is not really for us. He's waiting for us to get right. If we don't get right, there are consequences, right? Well, isn't it wonderful in unity that we can come together and remember that God is with us? That we are one with the Spirit, one with the Lord. And we can't get out of that awareness of who we are. So, merrily, 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 gently down the stream. And what is that at the end of it? It goes, merrily, 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 life. What, life is but a dream? What does that mean? In the eternal scheme of things, what if life was merely recognizing and releasing all the illusions and all of the oppositions and all of the things that would keep us from the awareness of the one power and the one presence. You see where we're going?
Yeah.
We are going back to the source. We are remembering who we are, and we are acknowledging that nothing real can be threatened and nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. Here is your oneness with your source. So in Star Wars, we have many situations where we are confronted with this idea of, are we one with the Force or are we not with the Force? But we're always one with the Force. And that dwarf-like character, actually he was elf-like Jedi character, Yoda, wasn't he something? Yoda was kind of like a hardball teacher of the Jedi. And I think sometimes we really need to have hardball when it comes to spiritual teaching, really. I come to Unity, to be inspired and encouraged, not to be told what to do. I come here for a checkup from the neck up. To get back in tune with the Force. But it's important for us to realize, law of mind action, that we have a choice as to where our energy flows and where our mind goes. Do you not believe that? Well, what did Yoda say? He says, try. He says, do or do not. There is no try. Do or do not. There is no try. He said, so we as spiritual truth students, we must do the work. And what is doing the work? Acknowledging our oneness with the eternal presence within us. Knowing that God is always there, center stage. And as we trust in the Spirit of the Lord, then we are in good hands and we will be able to rise above with our lightsaber, our saber of light in our mind, extinguishing all opposites and all things that seem to be so dark and so gloomy and so daunting and so dark, some people like Darth Vader in the series, because wasn't Darth Vader a wonderful teacher of where not to be? Mm-hmm. Who wants to be on the dark side? You want to be on the dark side? You don't have to be. You can be on the lighter side. You can know that the truth is beyond all darkness. And as we say in Unity, there's only one power and one presence. So, I could tell you all about the rest of the gems and the metaphysics, that are in the Star Wars series. But just know that we have within our minds the ability to embrace this wonderful idea that we are one with our source. That we don't have to worry about being left out. We can know that the Force is with us. What did David say? He said in the Psalms, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, behold, thou art with me. What do you think he was talking about? No, of course. Yes, he was. And so we all can acknowledge that in ourselves. We can realize that we're not alone. And that the power of God, the presence that we talk about in Unity, is for us, is with us, is always there to assist us. Even when we think we are alone. And even in times of doubt and discouragement. So, Star Wars begins with the Jedi Knights greeting each other and saying, may the Force be with you. But it ends with, guess what? This statement, the Force will be with you always. This phrase often appears in moments of transition, particularly when characters are leaving or facing uncertain futures. Its cultural resonance is linked to the idea of unseen support and hope, even in difficult times. It's often used in speeches, slogans, and farewells, reminding people that there is a guiding force with them, metaphorically and spiritually. So we can say today, the Force is with us, regardless of outer appearances. The light of God surrounds us and the love of God enfolds us. And without awareness, we can move forward in faith, knowing the truth that is within us. So, one of the things that I wanted to share with you is that our identity is far beyond our singular physical existence. Our nature is a collective, all-inclusive, co-creative, universal oneness. That means that we are forever one with our source, or the force, and therefore one with each other. And this is how we must really live, and this is how we are most effective in fulfilling our creative function. Our function is to work together, because apart from each other, we cannot function at all. That's why there's so much craziness in the world, because we are focused, we're looking at separation, we're looking at disunity and disharmony. And where do we resolve it? In our hearts and in our minds. We correct our minds from the illusion of separation and fear, and we acknowledge that there is only one power and one presence. So, in closing, I would say to you, in Spanish, Guio con Dios. You know what that means? Go with God. Go with God, because God is going with you. Wherever you go, God is there. As in Course in Miracles, a course that I share and facilitate on Tuesday nights, a shameless plug, over in the Fillmore House from 7 to 8:30. We talk about this force and how you can relate and identify with that one source that is you. And from the Course in Lesson 41, it says, deep within you is everything that is perfect, ready to radiate through you and out into the world. It will cure all sorrow and pain and fear and loss, because it will heal the mind that thought these things were real and suffered out of its allegiance to them. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness, because what? Its source, the force, goes with you wherever you go. You can never suffer, because the source, the force of all joy, goes with you wherever you go. You can never be alone, because the source of all life, the force, goes with you wherever you go. Nothing can destroy your peace of mind, because God, the force, goes with you wherever you go. So just know, whatever situation you might think that you're in right now, whatever the wars that may be going on in your mind with your financial accounts, or with your job, or with your relationships, or with your health challenges, God is with you. The force is with you. The one source, the one power, and the one presence is always surrounding us. And with that knowledge, and with that wisdom, we can say, the force is with us. And not only that, we are one with the force. And know that wherever we are, God is. And all is well. Thank you.
In a still small voice, in the middle of the night, Father Martin heard the simple truth, and he found its pleading till it led to a crossroads that parted in the days of my youth. From the heart of my city came a single scream, and I heard it through all the white noise. And the papers told me that they'd killed the dream, but they never killed the still small voice. Now the lies come at you in a million ways. Some you hear, some you tell yourself. And they say that virtue is a pile of gold, and that weapons are a nation's wealth. But when fools stand naked in their ugly schemes, will the poor of this world rejoice? Will they sell their children down a bloody stream, or listen to a still small voice? Now the one-eyed bandit in your living room will convince you that you have no time. It will swear to take you on your one free ride while it's looking for your last dime. But the light of heaven is a simple gift. You can see it when you make that choice. It will shine like riches in your inmost heart and speak in a still small voice. Now the skies will open when the trumpets sound, and the thunder will shake these walls. And these stones so righteous as they bring us round will shatter when they hear that call. And these chains will clatter as they hit the ground, and the people make a joyful noise. But when my lover comes to call me home, it will be in a still small voice.
So now let us prepare for meditation. I'd invite you to relax. And if you wish, to close your eyes and take a very deep breath. Holy Father, Mother, our hearts are open today to the fullness of your presence in all creation and all that shares life with us. As we open to experience the interconnectedness of all being, we are especially grateful for what we share here together, for the light and holiness we see in each other, for ideas and laughter and song and prayer, for the love and healing we receive and would extend to all the earth. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for having brought us together. Help us to open more fully to your peace and grace, and let it flow through us to bless the world. Dear Father, Mother, we are grateful for the time to remember the truth that you are always with us, that you are always for us, and we are always one with you. You are guiding and directing our way, watching over us, and providing for our real needs, which you know and you answer. You are as present in our experience as we allow you to be. Help us to open our hearts and our minds more and more to hearing your direction and feeling your love, that our lives may be an expression that you live and move in us as we live and move in you. let's just take a few moments to center into the silence. And when you are ready to open your eyes, know that we are all one with the one power and the one presence in the universe. God, the force, the source, omnipotence. In the words of Charles Fillmore, founder of Unity, you are unified with the one living substance, which is God, your all-sufficiency. From this substance, you were created. In it, you live and move and have your being. By it, you are fed and you are prospered. Holy are our minds, and everything we see reflects the holiness within, the mind at one with God and with itself. Let us remember that we are one with God, at one with all of our brothers and sisters in everlasting holiness and in everlasting peace. And so it is. Amen.
Terry, thank you. What a wonderful message and meditation. And let me tell you, sir, you are a hero. There's no zero in your DNA. And it's nice to know that we're heroes too, that we have everything that we need within us to be what we are here on this planet to be. And this is the time that helps us remember that and go into the week with some inner strength. Well, this is the time in our service when we have the opportunity to give back to Unity of Charlottesville with our tithes and our offerings. There are many ways to give here at Unity. We now have a scan code. You can just place your phone at the QR code and give that way. You can go into the Tithely app and enter your gift. You can put your gift in the butterfly net that Buddy will be bringing around. And of course, you can mail a check to the church office. Whatever way you find and choose to give to Unity in Charlottesville, we are so grateful for you and for all of your gifts, because you are the church, and it's because of you that we exist. So let's take our offering statement together, please. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have
those that don't know me, I was born in India. My parents were educational missionaries, and my father came back, got his master's in sociology, but felt a calling to become a doctor. My brother is a Methodist minister, my grandfather was a Methodist minister. And they worked all their lives for social justice in that church when I was growing up. And this song sort of honors that. I began to think as a therapist that part of our problem is that we lose sight of that. The very thing you've been, the whole thing about sharing that vision, that there we are going there, that it is within us, that it is, we forget the vision with all of the other things, the problems. So the chorus is, everyone fed, everyone free. That's why it's an affirmation. It's as if it exists already in our possibilities. Everyone safe, everyone loved as we are meant to be. Everything blessed, a part of it all. Everything sacred wherever nighttime falls. Nighttime falls on everyone. Rose raised toward the setting sun. Couriers of evening, black against the fading blue. The sky grows dark, the stars grow brighter. The west turns gold, the moon glows whiter. We hurry past the windows' lights as the shops close too. Nighttime falls on every place. The darkness brings a simple grace as heaven drops its curtain, quieting the noise of day. On wilderness or cities teeming, on lighthouse with its lamp now beaming, and final trains call for to be on their way. Everyone fed, everyone free, everyone safe, everyone loved as we are meant to be. Everything blessed, a part of it all. Everything sacred, wherever nighttime falls. Nighttime falls on everything. The blade of grass, the sparrow's wing, the mystery of sleep unravels, and our dreams begin. And through the dark
together with that, if you're joining us online, or is there anyone here in the sanctuary for the first time this Sunday? Would be brave and raise your hand. Looks like we're all old-time friends. Of course, everyone is welcome here at Unity of Charlotte. So regardless of your race, your religion, your nationality, your sexual identity, gender identity, everyone is welcome here, just as Anne sang about. So let's bless our offerings, these tithes. We send them forward now to the use and the service of this Unity ministry, knowing that they go to support the work that we're here to do. Amen. And we want to hear from our youth department. So Robin, please come up.
Where's my song? I didn't get my moment in the sunshine. I'm just kidding. Well, our youth wanted to sit with their parents today while I come up on stage, but we were downstairs and we're starting our Mother's Day preparation, so we're working on making letters and gifts for our mothers and our stepmoms and our guardians who we look to as mother figures in our life. So we painted some, actually I'm not going to give it away, we did some painting. That's why I couldn't bring it up to show you. It's all wet and drying downstairs. And it was nice. We learned more about each other and all the wonderful moms in our life. So I have a little bit of an announcement. I don't get to make too many announcements to you all with the changing around of the order in which we come on stage. So I would love to share with you that as we wrap up this school year, I'm going to start planning for the next school year more in advance than I did last year. So I am going to start encouraging and opening up space for others who haven't yet to come forward and volunteer with the youth program if you're interested. And next week and the week after, I'll share more information about that. But I wanted to put that out there and get you guys thinking about it. If you'd like to volunteer for our summer session, that's an option. Or if you want to think about volunteering starting in the fall to teach or to support us in any way, there will be several options on how to get involved. And I think that's all I want to say for today. Let's do our blessing.
Children, unity, wine viewers, teachers, and parents, you are loved, special, and important.
Thank you, Robin. She is doing a fantastic job. Speaking of Mother's Day, I want to remind you that the bookstore is open, so you might want to pop in there and see if there maybe is just the perfect gift for a mother in your life. Perhaps you have someone graduating, so check it out. And then downstairs on the terrace level, in the art section, many of our artists are not only displaying their creativity, but they have things that are for sale. So check it out. It's the first Sunday in the month, so we will be having fellowship. And the healing helpers will be over here in the corner. PMH is already there waiting for you for individual prayer. Buddy will be at the front of the sanctuary. Next week, we have Reverend Marge Brown coming back to give the message for us on Mother's Day. She's wonderful. And I'd like to thank all of the many people who make this service possible. Our sound team, Boyan. Our blessing team, the greeters that greet you when you first come in. And Buddy. And of course, our music team, headed up by Blair. And especially Anne Hill.
together.
The
Light
light
of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And wherever God is, all is well.
Peace